Welcome to Voice for Reps Web TV, a production of Voice for Net Studios here in the Metroplex of Dallas, Texas. I'm Clifton Jolly, your host for this weekly internet broadcast, and I'm also the editor of Voice for Reps, the monthly newsletter. We're joined today by Voice for Net President Rick McFarland. Rick, welcome to the show again.
Good to see
you. There's still time.
Yes.
For reps to get in their suggestions, and we've gotten a lot of good ones, but if you want to get this brand new Kindle, and I think your chances, if you send in a suggestion today, you got about a 1 in 20 chance of winning this thing. So get us some good ideas. Either this show might bring something up, you might get something in the Voice for Reps newsletter. Got 24 hours still to get your suggestions in. Rick, last week I started off by telling my horror story, and that really had more to do with screen pops than it did with dialers, but I appreciate your straightening me out on that. Talk to us a little bit about customer service and why it is that it seems to be so hard to do good customer service. By the time I got a hold of an agent, I actually had a kid who complained to me.
That's usually the case because he's not empowered to do his job.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, and you know it's a good question, and it's a national question that we're trying to solve at Voice for Net. You know, we've got a lot of initiatives out coming this year that we're going to be discussing about trying to solve that problem. You know, every time, you know, it used to be in the old days, I would tell people, oh, I do automated IVR systems for a living. And they're like, oh, God, you know, you're not invited to our parties anymore. Because they hate those things. We all hate those things. I sell those things, I hate them too. And it's an abuse of technology. So now what I tell them, you know, the mission that I'm really on is I tell people, have you ever called a customer or a customer service group and the machine says, you know, please enter your account number followed by the pound sign. So you go through the process and you wait on hold for 47 minutes and you get to the agent, and what's the first question out of their mouth?
What's your account number?
And that drives everybody nuts.
That's right.
Well, it's interesting. As soon as I tell everybody that story, 99% of the crowd gets it because we all go through that experience. And it's a disgusting experience, and it's absolutely unnecessary.
So it's bad IVR that
exactly.
People are upset
bad
with.
Form, as they say. And because there's no every IVR system should be connected and integrated into their phone system in such a way, and their database, so that when you call in and you've identified yourself once, that screen comes up with all the information about your account that I might need to help you and be of service to you. Again, it's called empowering the agents. And it has to do with having the IVR, the screen pop, the phone system, the database. You know, there's a series of components that are necessary to talk to each other. But that's just a technical discussion. It's not a barrier. Most of these companies that have not done this have just not taken the time to do it, because it's not that expensive when you look at the return on investment at all. In fact, in many cases, it pays for itself. But a lot of them just don't care. I think that's the biggest problem. And the agent experience is so poor, it's hard for them to keep good professionals on staff because, you know, when people take that job, they don't take the job of customer service in hopes to make people mad. That's not the reason they take it. They absolutely, most of them do want to do a good job, but they're not empowered to do so. They don't have the tools and the capability.
And because IVR is such a sensitive issue with so many people, and because you have to be brain dead not to know that, in the next issue of the newsletter, we're going to give you some ideas on how to use the negatives as a door kicker as far as customers are concerned. And like you said, you can use it as a party icebreaker.
No, exactly, yeah. It's the elevator pitch that works when people ask. So.
And so you are so invested in customer service right now that you're actually working on a book.
Yes,
I know
correct.
You got a target date to release it by spring. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you. A lot of typing going on right now.
But give us the title of that.
Right now the title is Your Call is Important to Us. And it's really a story about this customer service experience degradation that we are seeing in this country. And it's not just because of offshore. You know, we've all heard that story, we're talking to Philippines and India and Pakistan now. And that really, again, that's just a technical network discussion. That's not a barrier to what we're really seeing. What we're really seeing is a philosophical breakdown of why those people are there to man the phones to begin with. as well as we're seeing a shift into the usage of the phone and more into the use of other types of media, such as live web chat and text messaging and social media type interaction. And that's really where people want to go. So this book is a story about the problem that we face in this country, but also it really is also the solution as well. It's not one of those philosophical books that says why. It's that plus now how do we fix that problem? And that's the nationwide mission that VoiceForNet is on.
That's wonderful. Rick, thanks so much for being with us again. Thank you very much for putting us on your watch list. Please tune in next week and get in those suggestions. You can still win the Kindle. Yeah.
This is really cool.
Thanks much.